There used to be this TV show called King of Queens. You remember the TV show? Starred Kevin James. It's about a husband and wife. And they had the wife's dad lived with them.
Yeah.
My wife's stepdad, Ken, he's in his 80s. He just moved in with us yesterday.
Stop
What?
it.
Like
Right
moved
now.
in, moved in?
He moved in with us yesterday.
You
Was not just happened. It's the
How?
most bizarre thing. Yesterday,
Why?
it's funny how life's going one way, and all of a sudden, it's just
Wait, this was the guy that was living in the swingers community, right?
Swingers community. Blake's mother passed away, I don't know, less than 2 years ago, and they lived in San Diego. And then he sold everything and he moved here, but about an hour outside of town in an old, where you have to be at least 55 years old to live there. He's in his 80s. He moved there and he gutted his house and turned it into a bar.
I like that.
Pretty dope.
And Blake got a call yesterday that he'd been in the hospital for 7 days.
Oh.
And so yesterday she was like, I'm going there. So she went there. And when she got to the hospital, that he had been discharged. He was at his house. So she goes to the house and there's these two dudes there. And as soon as she walked in, these two dudes go, "Are you family?" And she goes, "Yes." And they go, "Okay, here," handed her some papers and said, "See ya." And they left, and they had been taking care of him. And he was like incoherent and he was whatever. And so she couldn't get him. And she was like, she called me. She's like, "I'm going to try to get him to an assisted living or something." But there wasn't, I don't know how that works. And she couldn't find a place to take him. And then, like, and I'm like going through the day taking my kids to, Dutch had cross country, Kemp had training, Jake had track. And so she's giving me updates and she goes, "Well, he's moving into Dutch's room."
What? Now, where does Dutch go?
Dutch is in Kemp's room.
They're sharing a room.
Yes, for now, I don't know
I
what
was
to do.
thinking,
Yeah.
You have the guest place, but all the dogs are up.
He can't go upstairs. He can't walk
Oh.
upstairs.
Yeah.
So he can't, because he
Dutch
was
is
in
like, I'm going out there, party central.
Kemp was like, "You're not coming to my room." He's like, "Yes, I am." So Dutch loves jumping in bed with him, and Kemp wants to beat him up.
Oh,
So it's like,
siblings.
so he's in his, he's not healthy. So he's like, he's all pink and shaking, and he's like,
Oh,
so
poor
Blake's
guy.
giving him meds, and it's a weird situation.
Yeah.
So then Kemp is kind of busting Dutch's balls, kind of like, "What if Grandpa Ken dies in your bed?"
Oh my God.
that is so
Your
dark.
kids are so
Yeah.
you.
That is exactly where you would
And
go.
they're like, "You're gonna have a
100%
ghost.
what you would say.
You're gonna have a ghost in your room for the rest of your life."
Oh, man.
So
Seriously.
if
My
you see my
goodness.
stories on Instagram, Kemp and I were on our way to Dutch's cross country tournament, and Kemp was like, "I want to tell Dutch that Grandpa Ken is moving into his room while he's running his tournament."
Oh, my gosh.
So while Kemp is
Seriously.
Boys, man.
so while
boys.
Dutch is running, it's a 3-mile run. While he's running, you see Kemp tell Dutch, "Hey, just want to let you know, Grandpa Ken was in the hospital." He tells him that leg one, and Dutch stops running. He goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Don't stop running, keep running." So he keeps running. Then another leg, he's running back, coming down another like half a mile later, and he goes, "He was in the hospital, but he's got out of the hospital." And Dutch goes, "Okay," and he's running. Then the third point, he goes, "Oh, by the way, he's doing okay." And Dutch goes, "Okay, great." And then another half mile, he goes, "And he's moving into your room." And all that during a 3-mile run.
Brilliant, really.
How did Dutch do in his run?
I wouldn't even be
How
mad.
that's going to affect Dutch down the road.
I know, but that's what brothers are supposed
and
to
I
do.
find out in the middle of a cross-country meet.
And then Dutch is running, "Fine, we'll tell him that I sleep naked." And I'm like, he's not going to sleep with you. You're moving out. You're out of that room, kid.